Hi, I'm Jen Wilson, founder of Jen Wilson International, and welcome to my channel. With over 25 years of experience leading global teams and coaching top-tier entrepreneurs, I help leaders like you cut through the noise, clear the fog, and bring your full vision into life. I'd like to share something from a recent coaching session with a client of mine. I'm going to call them Mark. You see, Mark, my client, is really sharp. He's a visionary. He's a seasoned executive who knows how to rally people behind a goal. Mark came to our session energetically lower than usual. And he started out by telling me that he is exhausted by his team. He was saying that he feels like they are just not listening to him. And they keep asking him the same questions over and over. Questions he thought he had already answered. He's held the meetings. He's sent the follow-ups. He's reiterated the vision more than once. And yet the questions kept coming. And at first he thought it was a clarity issue. He told me, maybe I'm not explaining it well enough. And so he said he has explained it over and over again. But this resistance didn't go away. And he said that he's just getting more frustrated. And as we went through his session, here's some things we uncovered. It wasn't a misunderstanding. It was a misalignment. You see, his team had heard him. They just didn't agree with him. And they didn't feel safe enough to say so. And that's when the light bulb went off. This wasn't about how clear he was communicating. This was about what no one was willing to name. And that shift from assuming confusion to recognizing that there's an unspoken disagreement, that's where leadership actually can begin. So let's talk about it. So let me show you what I mean. What they might say is, you might hear your team say, I am not sure what to do. We need more clarity. There's a lack of direction, but maybe what's happening underneath is that they don't agree with the direction that's been given. And they're not bought in. And they're unsure how to voice the disagreement without a risk. This isn't a clarity issue, it's an alignment issue. And when you misdiagnose misalignment as confusion, you end up solving the wrong problem as a leader. And why does it default to unclear? Because disagreement is uncomfortable, especially when there are power dynamics at play. So saying I'm unclear feels safer than saying this direction doesn't sit right with me. Because disagreement, it carries a risk. It carries the risk of thinking for your team member, will I be seen as difficult? Will I be labeled as a resistor? Will my credibility take a hit? So instead, people opt for ambiguity. But here's the leadership cost. Nothing slows down execution faster than unspoken disagreement. So how do we spot that disagreement that's disguised in confusion? And here's how you know it's not really uncertainty. You have explained the strategy more than once. The data, it's clear, but the action is slow. People are aligned in meetings and then quietly stalled out after. These are misalignment symptoms. They are not a knowledge gap. And the longer you let people sit in that unspoken confusion, the more trust and traction you start to lose. So here's the reframe I really want you to try. Uncertainty does not equal ignorance. Uncertainty equals hesitation to challenge. That's one shift that opens the door to real leadership. Because now instead of thinking, what do you need to feel clear? You're asking, what's not resonating here? Where are we misaligned? Or you're asked, what would make this a stronger yes for you? Those questions spark truth, and truth fuels alignment. So if you're the senior leader or the CEO, here's what I recommend. Number one, normalize disagreement as a leadership strength. When you model that it's safe to question and challenge, you increase the quality of decisions and buy-in. Create a structured space for dissent. Don't just ask for feedback. Ask, where do we not agree and why? You can ask, is there anything about this strategy that makes you pause? Then thirdly, align before you execute. Alignment isn't everyone saying yes. It's everyone knowing their voice was heard before the yes. And here's the thing. If you are waiting for everyone to be 100% clear before you move, you might stall. But if you name the misalignment, lean into the disagreement with real curiosity, and coach your team into aligned ownership, you will unlock speed, trust, and results. Because here's the truth. Aligned leadership will always outperform a perfect plan. So next time you hear, "I'm not sure what to do," don't default to explaining again. Ask, "Is it really unclear, or is there something we don't fully agree on?" That's how you shift from managing confusion to leading alignment. If this is resonating and you've got a team that's talented but not totally aligned, let's talk.